the masses of refugees and reports of atrocities.
Gereken her türlü desteği verecektir.
Turkey will give every kind of essential support for the security.
Güvenlik alanında vereceğimiz destekler artarak devam edecektir.
Military build-up. We have seen a movement of forces, of equipment, of tanks, of artillery and advanced air defense systems. And this is very serious because it's totally undermining the integrity.
Constituency after its MPs defected from Cameron's Conservative Party to Farage's UKIP. Cameron wants that seat back.
I'm absolutely determined to win this seat back at the next general election because anything other than a Conservative government will put our recovery at risk and mean Ed Miliband in Downing Street. And I'm more determined than ever to make sure that we deliver security for Britain.
Independence Square overflowing once again to recall the start of Ukraine's revolution a year ago. People paid their respects to those who died, saying prayers and lighting candles.
I came here every night and every weekend last year, and actually those events which took place in this square made every Ukrainian come here and remember those who died for Ukraine's freedom and independence.
I don't regret what happened. The Maidan uprising had to happen because it was impossible to live like we used to.
Despite those statements of no regrets, Ukrainians are battling to stave off economic collapse and are waging a war against Russian-backed separatists in the east. The country's new president called the anniversary a happy day of dignity and freedom.
The things which had been a dream a year ago are becoming a reality. It's not happening as quickly as we'd wished, but the freedoms of speech, choice and protest have returned.
Protest now comes in the form of anger at the slow pace of measures to corruption, and that remnants remain of the Yanukovych regime.
Ukraine's newly unveiled parliamentary coalition has vowed to make NATO membership a priority, further cementing the country's tilt towards the West, coinciding with the first anniversary of the uprising of Yanukovych in Yanukovych. Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk is joined. President Poroshenko says the rest of the government
don't regret that the revolution took place, but we want the authorities to remember the guys who were shot here. We brought them to power, but they don't do anything for us or the parents of these guys.
sentences were